What up? What up? Top of the top. It's Friday. Y'all know what time it is, man. Friday freestyle. We got a lot of shit to talk about today. I got some things to talk about. And hopefully it's going to be a good show today. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all pulling up in the building already. And this is how we do. It was a long night last night. You know what I'm saying? So y'all probably thought I wasn't coming on. But sometimes I like to switch up my time because some of these people, they be you know what I'm saying, they be trying to clone, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to build a schedule around my schedule. But you can't out hustle me. What's good? Top of the top, John Shaft, the first one to pull up. Kashana Brown, Ken Thompson, Kimberly, L Blue, Throwback Diva. Good morning to the people. Boss B, what's going on, family? We're gonna have a good show today. We got some things to talk about. Boy, oh boy. And I probably have a little bit of comedy too, because I'll be seeing a lot of clown behavior, you understand? And I'm gonna start off serious, but I might end up with some comedy, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people, they make me laugh. And I told y'all, in these hard times, you gotta have a sense of humor and you gotta laugh, or you might go crazy out here. You dig? You might lose it. Rise and shine, everybody to the people. Salute to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. And I ain't put no title in there, but I'll title it later. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you this Freestyle Friday. You understand? So just prepare yourself and we're going to get through this show. Forever North, Latasha Jordan, good morning. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all. Love to the people. The first thing I'm going to get into, you dig? Hold up. First of all, it's the 4NOFAME Primetime episode 52. Friday, freestyle, Friday, fuckery, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into some things today. I got a few things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing we're going to start off on Friday fuckery is the last night VERZUZ. For those that saw any clips of 3-6 Mafia and bonethugs&harmony, you understand, they got into a little scrap out on the stage. You understand? Because those two groups already didn't like each other. They had beef from back in the days, for those that don't know. You know what I'm saying? And 3-6 Mafia, they one of my favorite down south groups. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking with them over Cash Money, over Master P. I was rocking with them over all of them. I like all the down south groups at that time, but 3-6 Mafia, they was one of my favorite, you know what I'm saying, for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? And it was also funny how they had Terrence Howard on the stage doing It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. You know what I'm saying? And the little clip I seen, that shit was fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, in my opinion, maybe this is one of the best verses, one of the best, as far as entertainment wise. You know what I'm saying? As far as energy wise, it probably was one of the best, or definitely in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Definitely in the top 3, top 5, whatever you want to call it. That's just in my opinion, because I'm the type, I like energy. I don't like boring entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what type of entertainment it is. I just don't like boring entertainment. Like, I don't like dudes that think they too cool to get on the stage and dance or show energy. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to just hold a mic and stand in one spot, and that's called a boring show. You dig what I'm telling you? So they had a scrap out on the stage last night. For those who didn't see it, I suggest you look at that little part. And on Twitter, they was going crazy with the memes and all of that. That shit was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real. And that's how we setting off Friday, you know what I'm saying, with the Friday fuckery and things like that, man. But on a serious note, I'm gonna get into Travis Scott. And y'all know I was talking about this Travis Scott situation, you know what I'm saying, about how that whole event was some BS. And I didn't think he really was gonna be held accountable. I mean, they saying he got lawsuits, they saying certain things, but if you really notice, like the major news outlets are not really speaking on it, but it is a lot of hip hop trending topics sites. It is basically on an urban level they speaking about it. You know what I'm saying? And Billboard has also made a report on this situation. You know, Billboard, Billboard magazine, Billboard record charts, the people that give out the gold and platinum plaques, like I said, it's all entertainment. And at the end of the day, Travis Scott, he didn't lose nothing so far. He didn't lose a damn penny. You know what I'm saying? All this has been major promotion, and all this has been, you know what I'm saying? It's been giving him a good look. Good morning, Rondell. I see you, Queen. Go subscribe to Rondell's Unpopular Opinion if you didn't already, because she's touched on some of these things I might speak on today. And she's always bringing information, and that's a woman of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And she always giving information to the people. She's also one of them people that also might be jeopardizing her channel sometime to bring forth information, because people like me and her, we speak on information that other people are scared to speak on, and they're not going to do it, period. And we're also going to be talking about the Ghislaine Maxwell case. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm going to be doing is running down her list of charges for those who do not know. And the reason why I'm going to put emphasis on this, and I'm always going to touch on it a little bit every day, because this really is the major topic in America, all right? And around the world, as well as England and around the world. Ghislaine Maxwell. And if you're not speaking on this, that shows that, I'm talking about the big platforms. The big platforms, they're not talking about this because some of them are with these activities. You dig? A lot of people that's in the entertainment game, a lot of people that have been around the entertainment, a lot of these ex-fallen celebrities that's on YouTube now, a lot of them was around this type of behavior, and they're not going to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember when Cat Williams told y'all? But this all applies to what this woman, Miss Maxwell, the queen of trafficking, you know what I'm saying? This all applies to a lot of shit you've been hearing, and you heard about the stories, but this is the #1 news right now. That's why you're going to see everything other than that is basically a semi-distraction, because we already know about crime. We already know about murder. We always know about fighting. We know about all the beefs. We know about all the back and forths, but a lot of people don't still understand the significance of human and child trafficking. You understand? They don't understand about the pedophilia and the mentality of these sick beasts that love children. You know what I'm saying? They love children. So you got to understand how this thing goes. And it's a grooming process that go with it. It's a lot of mind control games that go with it. And these are the things that we have to go into depths to, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have children, and a lot of y'all do not want y'all kids to be violated. You feel me? Even when they get older, you don't want them being violated. And this applies to everybody, whether you come from the urban community or the suburban community. This is the trending topic. So don't let nobody fool you. You understand? And I'm going to get into that later on or within the show. I'm definitely going to get into it. I'm going to read off her list of charges. You heard? But back to Travis Scott. Travis Scott has hired former Trump's lawyer. The former president, Trump. Travis Scott has hired his lawyer, and he has a couple of lawyers because he's supposed to be prepping for these lawsuits. You dig? According to Billboard, he has hired Daniel Petrocelli, Steve Brody, and Sabrina Strong from the old Melviny and Myers law firm, and they're located in Los Angeles. So I don't know if they're entertainment lawyers. I don't know exactly what type of lawyers they are, but he has hired 3 lawyers to fight this so-called case. But I don't really know what's going on with it. As far as I don't know if he really been brought up on any type of charges, or I don't know exactly who's giving the lawsuits, because they're also downplaying a lot of this information. I told you when it happened, they're just going to keep giving out bits and pieces every day, every day. They're just going to give you bits and pieces to go off. Like, they already know the whole scenario. They already know the outcome, how it's going to go down, but they're always going to feed you a little bit at a time to keep you going, to keep you going. The same way I told you they was going to do with the Young Dolph situation, and I told you nobody was going to jail for Young Dolph. You dig? You're always going to see these distractions. I also seen recently that they are going to be giving a memorial the same way they did Nipsey Hussle, the same way they did XX Extension, the same way they gave them that big elite ritual funeral. They're going to give Young Dolph the same way, because the vampires and the vultures, they love to feed off death. And that's why you'll see a lot of these funerals, they've been making it like a show. You understand? They've been making it like a show of death. That's what you got to understand. So with Travis Scott, he's hired 3 lawyers to fight these so-called allegations. or these accusations of he has something to do with this whole situation. He's going to try to fight these lawsuits. And a lot of people feel like he's not the only one to blame. And a lot of people feel like it's not only his fault. And I do agree with that. You know, you understand? Because this also was an event sponsored by Apple and Live Nation. And a lot of other sponsors was there. So like I said, for those who've been sleeping under a rock, you got to understand when this act took place, it was flames of fire that went into the crowd, and a lot of people in the front rows got burnt. Or if they didn't get burnt, they inhaled so much smoke they couldn't breathe and they was passing out on site. A lot of people passed out on site before the trampling started. And my point is this: when the fire went off and when the smoke was going on, those that saw the video, y'all saw when there was a lot of people around Travis Scott when he was performing. It was people around around the DJ booth. They was around the speakers and they were screaming. And we seen how Travis Scott, he just kept continuing to go on and kept the show going. Now, I'm gonna give him a pass for us. Maybe he thought it was a mosh pit going on, but in my opinion, it was some flaming going on, and he just kept the show going. The same way, y'all don't believe me? The same way when y'all remember when Whitney Houston passed away, they said she was in the tub for hours and everybody was downstairs partying. They was dancing, they was keeping it going when they already had news that she was upstairs dead in the bathtub. Allegedly. Y'all forgot about that, right? Because some people love to indulge and embrace the death culture. They like to tap into those wicked demonic spirits because it gives them power. You dig? It gives them power over all those who are scared. All of those they call the sheep. All of those that they call the useless eaters, they love to tap into that scary energy. You dig? And that's when you're dealing with the goat against the sheep. Which some of y'all won't understand that. But what I'm trying to tell you is, right? He kept going while the show was going on. While people were screaming and running in packs, running like sheeps in a pack, he kept on singing and rapping and controlling the crowd. You did? Because the goat is the one that makes the sheep run. So when he was on stage, he was playing the role of the goat. That's why he kept the show going. You did? And he watched all the sheep scatter and get trampled. Y'all gotta understand what's going on. Good morning, Miss Playful. Salute to the queen. Good show last night on Grown Man Talk. It was a good comedy session. And I suggest you go subscribe to Grown Man Talk. Is the channel featuring me, 4NOFAME, and we got a lot of good content. We usually speak on serious topics, which we had one last night, but we had a lot of comedy. And last night, the above topic was treat others how you want to be treated. And we'll get into that another time. You understand? But go subscribe to Grown Man Talk with my man P. You understand? That's what it is. And I'm going to continue on to the next topic. Boom. Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, for those who don't know, is an NFL football player who plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Antonio Brown has been suspended 3 games for providing a fraudulent CDC card. He had a fraudulent COVID card, you dig, a bootleg card, and he was snitched on by his chef. And I spoke about this weeks ago about how he was under investigation. You did, because Antonio Brown, he's a bad head of the boogeyman. Even though most of the NFL is vaxxed, even though they deal with the best trainers, they deal with the best of health foods, he was scared to take he was scared to get some medicine, right? So he came up with false documentation and false paperwork, and he paid somebody $500. But what he didn't know was his own personal chef was going to snitch on him. And therefore, he got snitched on, and he's going to miss 3 games. And for those who know about the NFL, that might equal up to about $1 million in losses. You dig? Plus, they already said he had COVID already. You understand? So he's just in a bind right now. And Antonio Brown, he's basically the knucklehead of the NFL. You understand? You got to peep game. The Brown is always the fucking knucklehead. Antonio Brown, Bobby Brown, Chris Brown, James Brown. You get it? Doodle Brown. The Brown is always supposed to be the clown in the entertainment world. And we know Antonio Brown, he's the clown of the NFL. That's how they try to portray that man. I'm not going to say he's a clown, but he always portrays clown behavior. And it's not because of this shot, but this nigga is always doing something. But this fool, he got caught with a fake ass vaccination card. And he's going to be suspended for 3 games. Because the NFL, NBA, they down with the 3-letter gang. You got to understand that. Another thing I'm going to speak on, which I was dealing with this topic, y'all always got to understand something. You always going to see the shit play out in the NBA first or the NFL. They always push agendas through the NBA and NFL. I think I also heard Rondell speak on this the other night, and you on point with that because I always tell people that you got to watch the news, CNN, NBC, all those 3-letter networks, 3-letter organizations, they always give you the agenda first before it touches down. You dig? Those are the top of the umbrella. That's why you see they push all agendas through NBA, NFL. When you see it, when you see the millionaires and you see the people with the big names getting in this shit, or you see them being pushed, or when you see them have to face adversity, just know it's going to trickle down to your community because that's how it goes. They are the poster childs of every agenda they want to push. The entertainers are the poster children. You dig? They are the commercial. So you got to understand how this shit works. So when I spoke about LeBron James, that was letting you know what's going on. And I'm also going to speak about LeBron James too, for those who have not been watching the news. I'm going to get into that too. But Antonio Brown has been suspended 3 games for providing fraudulent CDC information. You did. He had a bogus COVID card, and he had the Johnson & Johnson of all cards. He had the fucking lowest of the low. You dig? Because I told y'all, right? I don't rock with Johnson & Johnson. Because I heard things about them back in the day. They've been said they was down with it. They've been said they was like a secret KKK group. Or I'm gonna basically say they said that was a KKK corporation. You know, when they stopped wearing the sheets in public and they started getting into behind the scenes and putting their money into corporations, I was always taught that Johnson & Johnson was one of their corporations, such as Procter & Gamble, things of that nature. And that's allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But they are the lowest of the low out of all the medicines. Just know that, because you also know that how Johnson & Johnson put out that powder that was giving women, I think it's cervical cancer, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, they was getting cancers in a box, fucking with that Johnson & Johnson powder. And maybe a lot of us might feel like that was by design. You did, that was on purpose, because I told you sometimes they do put tainted products on the shelves for a reason. You dig? And that's why Johnson & Johnson had to face a lot of lawsuits. So I'm not knocking nobody that deal with Johnson & Johnson, but you just got to understand they're a different type of corporation, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I told you I used to work for Pfizer. You know what I'm saying? Pfizer is located right on the same street as United Nations. You dig? And like I said, I heard the story. I heard you talking about that yesterday, Rondell, as well, about the man that had the gun in his mouth by the United Nations. You got to understand, for those that don't know, Pfizer is right across the street from United Nations. You might as well say it's on 42nd Street. You dig? Between Lex and 3rd. And I used to work there years ago in the mailroom. You dig? I used to bring mail all the way to the CEO desk, all the way from the mailroom all around that mall. You know what I'm saying? All around that joint. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I more trusted them, because I know them personally. You know what I'm saying? I know they deal with top products, and they also are the creators of Viagra. You understand? They are the creators of a lot of medicines. They not no boot. My point is they're not a bootleg medical facility. That's all I'm gonna tell you about them. So therefore, I got more trust in them. It's, you know, some people got more trust in Moderna. Either way, I'm not here for that. I'm just letting you know, Johnson & Johnson, whatever with that. But they sell Johnson & Johnson products in the Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. So I wouldn't fuck with shit like that, me personally. But this nigga Antonio Brown, he had the nerve to have a bootleg COVID card that says he took the Johnson & Johnson. So maybe that's what really made him hot, because they like, nigga, why the fuck are all you gonna get the Johnson & Johnson and you got all this money? You feel me? So they probably was looking at him suspect. That's probably what made him hot. You know, that's all I'm gonna say about him. Because Antonio Brown, he is a clown. You understand? And that's a fact. Salute to the chat. Good morning. I see you, Queen of Detroit. Ken Thompson, Alan, my brother, all the way from England. What's up, brother? Hurricane JW. What's going on, family? I like the way y'all vibing in the chat. Keep it going. That's right. We're gonna get through this. Boom. Another story in the news. I don't know if y'all heard this yet, but a suspect was down in a Walmart parking lot, and he was in a wheelchair. and he was gunned down by the police. So we got to talk about this real quick. A police officer fatally shot a 61-year-old man who used a wheelchair, you dig? And he was shot 9 times after he was accused of stealing. And they say he allegedly stole a toolbox. So we got to look at a man in a wheelchair stole a damn toolbox. Now, maybe he was fronting, maybe he was perpetrating a fraud so he could slide through Walmart real quick and do his stealing, but he was definitely in a wheelchair. And the police officer shot him 9 times and gunned him down like a dog in a parking lot. You did what I'm saying? And he was accused of stealing. And the victim's name was Richard Lee Richards. And they say he brandished a knife on a police officer. And they said that they say basically the police came out and asked him for a receipt. And then when the police asked him for a receipt, he pulled out a knife and said, "Here's my receipt," and swung the knife at him. You feel me? So we don't know if this is he say, she say, word against word, but that's what they said. This is the craziest shit I ever heard in a while. The man was in a wheelchair, and when the police asked him, "Let me see the receipt," he pulled the knife out in the wheelchair and said, "Here's my receipt, nigga," and swung it at him. You feel me? And then the police backed out his gun, and he shot him 9 times in the parking lot. So, and then they said this was all over a toolbox. So you trying to say this man was trying to go around stealing Cadillac converters, or you trying to say this man was trying to do types of crime? I don't know. You did. He could have been a crackhead disguised as a man that was injured. I don't know. You feel me? He could have been an opioid head, and he was just trying to finesse that toolbox so he can try to sell it to the pawn shop or some shit. But I don't know, and I don't want to make that accusation, but it don't sound like it to me because this man was 61 years old. That's the whole point. So what that means? He really wasn't no major threat. And if he did swing a knife, was he really worth getting gunned down 9 times as an old man? I don't think so, in my opinion. You understand? Unless this was a very ass cop, or he just had an itchy trigger finger. You know what I'm saying? Because this policeman, he gunned him down in the Walmart parking lot, shot him up 9 times, and this man, Richard Lee Richards, he was in a wheelchair. And I'm gonna say it again. He asked that man to see a receipt, and he said, "Here's my receipt," and he swung that knife at him real quick. But he was already sitting down in the wheelchair. So I don't know. He must have was just swinging at the air, but I don't see how that man had to shoot him 9 times. You understand? And this police officer, he has been fired, if I'm not mistaken. And we also, keep your eyes and ears open because we should be hearing more about this story. You know what I'm saying? This was like recent news overnight, you know what I'm saying, that I picked up on. And it's just showing you, like I told you, man, they will gun you down like a dog because they don't really respect human life. You understand? A lot of these police officers feel like they could shoot you. It's your word against theirs, and they're going to get away. And a lot of these cops, right, some of them, they tired of carrying guns for all these years, just shooting at paper, shooting off blanks. And after a while, they want to shoot a person to see how it feels. You understand? They want to be a superhero. They want to let that gun loose, and they want to try to call themselves, saving humanity or whatever. Because in this situation, we know this police officer had to be very scary to shoot a 61-year-old man who was using a wheelchair. You dig? Like I said, I don't know if he was using a wheelchair to steal. He could have been perpetrating a fraud. You know what I'm saying? But either way, he was 61 years old. And this shit was all over a toolbox. And y'all know it's nothing in Walmart worth dying for. Nothing at all. Walmart consists of a lot of cheap-ass products. Let's be real. You understand? They got good products, but most of that shit is cheap. Let's be real. You understand? Bullshit. But this man lost his life over a fucking toolbox, and he was already in a wheelchair. So we got to look at this shit. This is where we headed at, man. You understand? Dumb shit. But I told you people was going to be doing a lot of petty crimes for food. So maybe this man could have been stealing a toolbox just to try to get him something to eat, sell it and get something to eat. We don't know. But we know it's not worth him losing his life over a toolbox because it couldn't have been no more than $100, $59. It depends on what kind it was. But let's think. If he was in a wheelchair, how big could this toolbox actually have been? You know what I'm saying? Which means how much money could it actually have been worth? And if he was in a wheelchair, you understand? All the police officer had to do was sneak up behind that man and just push that wheelchair and push it real fast or just push him on the floor or something. He didn't have to shoot him. That's all he had to do. All he had to do was creep up behind that wheelchair. You feel me? Push that shit real fast, start running with that shit, and just make that nigga fall out. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had to shoot him. But he gunned him. He shot him down. He shot him 9 times, man. And all that man was in the wheelchair. And he was 61 years old. So this is what's happening, man. So if you the type that still, like, if you the type that go out and steal meats out the supermarket, you go steal steaks, or you go steal petty clothes, you just need to be careful because you might get gunned down too. You understand? Because right now, the police, they mad because a lot of police, they being let go. And I spoke about this yesterday with the 5G technology and how they don't need police no more. And I also heard a nigga speaking about the eye in the sky yesterday, how the game is over. And I feel like niggas be cloning my content, but we'll get into that another time. You hear me? I got to stay focused for my people. And salute to the people that's just coming into the channel and that's just subscribing. What's going on, Randy Nichols, Boss B, Shantae, or Shanta? I don't want to say it wrong. Pardon my expression. Blackbird, I see you. Miss Kashana Brown, the Queen, 183rd. You heard? What's up, bro? We trying to work with you too, bro. We trying to do something with you, bro. We want you to come on Grown Man Talk. We come on your channel, whatever, however you want to do it. Go subscribe to my boy, 183rd. He has a lot of information. He's another brother that speaks his mind, and he sheds light on a lot of different things. You did. I like the aspect he come with. I like the people that come with their own views and opinions. You know what I'm saying? Because the different views and opinions is what make you think. You understand? And it also let me know brothers like him be seeing things the exact same way I do, and he's not a follower. You dig? And that's how this thing works. That's how this thing works. You understand? But another thing we're going to go into, moving right along, is, once again, I was speaking about LeBron James. And y'all know I was talking about him yesterday, and how LeBron James felt like it was something fishy going on because he was diagnosed with that COVID. You dig? So they say LeBron James, he will be playing today after clearing health protocols. You dig? And they trying to say he had false positives. So that's why we got to pay attention to this. I was just speaking yesterday how LeBron spends $1 million on his body every year. You know, he spends $1 million on his training, on his health, his diet. He spends $1 million on his body, and they try to say that man had that thing. You dig? So LeBron James, he wasn't feeling that shit from the rip, and he said it was something fishy going on. You dig? And they said that man actually did have false positives. You dig? And he was placed under safety protocol. And he was recently cleared after testing negative after several tests. So I'm pretty sure what happened was, when they first diagnosed him, being that he got a lot of money, he probably did his own testing, and then he seen he ain't had a shit. And then when he brought it to their attention, they took him off. You know what I mean? They said he could play again. Because this is also used as a game to sit you down. Like, you understand? Allegedly. But LeBron James, I guess he did his own homework, and when he started ranting, they said he could play again today. Because he has tested negative after several tests. And they just said that boy had that thing. And y'all know, according to safety, according to the for those who do not know, even if you work a job, if you get diagnosed with this so-called, you know, the C-19, you got to stay home for 2 weeks. That's according to the protocol. It's definitely 2 weeks. It's supposed to be. You understand? If you work a job, it's up to 2 weeks where you can't come back. So for LeBron James, it's been less than a week, and they say he can come back and play because he took tests and 3 of them came back negative. So therefore, he feel like he never had it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of this shit is a lot of mental games, and you got to be spiritually inclined to know what's going on. Because we know that LeBron James could not be one of the healthiest individuals on the planet, and he just gets so-called sick like that. And he already was so-called vax. You did? He was already vaxxed. He play every day. For those that know, when you sweat, you always sweat toxins out your body. So you got to understand, you know, for him to be an NBA player, it was kind of funny how they said he was sick after he was already cursing the NBA out last week. You know, he was cursing the NBA out last week because he got fined $15,000. Then before that, you know, he had to sit down a game against the Knicks. He couldn't play the Knicks because he had elbowed the dude in the face and got suspended for a game. Then after that, he got fined $15,000. So LeBron James, you know, he got that bag. So he was doing a lot of ranting and he was bashing the NBA. And then they turned around and said, "Nigga, you got COVID, sit down." And you know what I'm saying? He sat down for a couple of days, but he said something fishy was going on. And now he's going to be playing today because he has recently test negative after several C-19 tests. So that's the situation with LeBron James. But I already told y'all, LeBron James, he need to sit down anyway. He need to get low because it's time for the young brothers, and it's time for them to do their thing. And that's all I'm saying, LeBron. You always got some shit going on, and that's just what it is. Moving right along. The situation, and well, it was a suspect arrested in the fatal shooting of Clarence Avant's wife, Jacqueline. For those that heard about this case, it got to do with home invasions. I spoke about it yesterday, how WAC 100 was speaking on this situation, and he was saying, do y'all still want to defund the police now? And that's when I went on a rant about, nigga, it's about 5G technology. It's not about defund the police. That's a fake-ass agenda. Defund the police. They're replacing police with technology. I went into this yesterday. For those that tune into the channel that know, I went into this yesterday. They're not defunding the police, all right? But what they are doing is firing lazy, bum-ass, no-good police. They're firing dirty cops that keep getting them lawsuits, and they're replacing them with technology. That's what's going on. Because it was a suspect arrested in the fatal shooting of Clarence Avant's wife, Jacqueline. And guess how he was caught? Surveillance captured the vehicle driven by Maynard, which was his name. His name was Maynard. The surveillance footage captured him. And I told you, you're not going to be able to do no more crime. We had these conversations. Surveillance captured the vehicle driven by Maynard, fleeing eastbound from Beverly Hills on Wednesday. And guess what happened? This dumb nigga Maynard, right? He shot himself in the foot during the whole incident. But some people would say that was the workings of God. Some people would say that was the workings of the spirit. Well, this man, he went to kill this woman, but he ended up shooting himself in the foot. And he was strapped with an AR-15. You dig? So I'm pretty sure he got a nice hole in his foot. But he was caught in the backyard after he shot himself. You dig? The LAPD found Maynard in a backyard suffering from a gunshot wound in his foot. And then he was kindly arrested. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. This is another dumb individual that tried to do a home invasion, killed the woman, and then wound up shooting himself in the foot in the backyard. And this nigga's still going to jail. So was it worth you killing this woman, man? Or we don't know if it was a hit. We don't know. All I'm trying to tell you is a lot of funny shit going on. But this individual, he has been caught due to surveillance, due to technology. The nigga has been caught because I told you, I said it months ago when I dropped the video, 5G Super Thug Matrix extermination. It's over. I've been dropped the video months ago, and I'm gonna break it down word by word. When I say Super Thug Matrix, that means you know the super thug, the nigga that feel like he can do whatever he want, break in your house, snatch a pocketbook, pull his gun out, rob you, kill you, steal. Those type of niggas are over with because they got a plan for all you niggas. And I told you it's called 5G technology. So that's why I told you the Super Thug Matrix, the Matrix is the false reality that you still think you're going to make it in the world of crime. And all your visions of crime, it was given to you by Hollywood. See, it was a time in the communities where it wasn't all these crimes going on because everybody was following the word, and there was what? Respecting thy neighbor. When everybody respected thy neighbor and everybody moved as a tribe, it wasn't all this sick criminal behavior. But once Hollywood started glorifying the worst of all crimes, that's when America became a death culture. So you got to go back into history. You got to go back into the Martin Luther King days and before that, or I say a little bit after that. I say somewhere around that. You're going to see shit like put it like this. After Martin Luther King died, the movie Superfly came out, and it showed you how to sell cocaine. And when you build with people from back in them days, they'll say after Superfly came out, everybody wanted to sell cocaine. Everybody wanted to deal cocaine. You also will learn right around that time when that movie The Mac came out, every nigga back then wanted to pimp. And these were Hollywood movies that was brainwashing people to make them do crime. Before that, black people or a lot of people in the urban community or people in America really wasn't into crime, period. It has nothing to do with race, all right? because the movies that, you know, the so-called white people, the movies that gassed them up with shit like Commando, Rambo. That's why you see a lot of white men think they Rambo to this day. You feel me? They want a lot of guns. They want to do a whole bunch of shooting and killing because they watch Rambo. But that's just an example. I'm just trying to show you Hollywood is what put all these visions, all this sick criminal behavior. You dig? People from the 80s, you know, the 80s babies, people from that generation, you know, we watched up, you know, we grew up watching Jason. You feel me? We grew up watching all these killing movies, you know. And we love that shit. We love to see that bloodshed. We used to love to see Jason catch somebody and stab them up. See, these were all sick visuals put in our head. And we know there's a whole lot of movies that did this shit. But Hollywood was the master of this shit. So the reason why Hollywood is shut down now, because all the agendas they wanted to push, they already got all the DVDs. And I told people this years ago, the DVDs are your encyclopedias. Those are your new encyclopedias. Anything you want to research on, you just go get the movie. And it's going to tell you exactly how it goes. They've been doing this shit for years. Certain movies that you don't know about that already came out explain half the shit that's going on right now. You did? So that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Crime was put in people's head. It's just that some of us were smart enough not to do that shit. But crime comes from the movies, you know. A lot of us grew up watching a lot of movies, and the movies went in our head, and then you go outside, and what happened? You start thinking you in the movie. But now they do it the same thing with kids with video games. They play Grand Theft Auto, they go outside, they think they can shoot people, get away, they think they can steal cars and get away, they think they can do whatever and get away and get out of jail. The same way on Grand Theft Auto, you get out of jail. You could tear up the whole city, blow up cars, but when that, you know what I'm saying, right after that, you're gonna come out of jail and you can do it all over again. And this is the Matrix. See, I'm breaking it down. The super thug Matrix is the false reality that you could be a criminal forever. And you don't have to pay no price. But that's why I told you the 5G technology is exterminating all of that. And you can't do nothing because the proof is right here. This man, he killed this woman in this home, in her home, you know, and a home invasion, gunned her down with an AR-15. He thought he was getting away. When it was all said and done, they found this clown in the backyard and he shot himself in the foot. So this is the proof right here. You can't get away no more, all right? They might let you think you got away, but they gonna look at you like a video game. You dig? Like when you go on the map on that video game and you get that above you, they're gonna see everything you did, from even what crib you went in, what crib you came out that morning. Everything is recorded now, right? You're not going nowhere. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse, but I had to explain this because I heard people using my content. You dig? I'm not gonna just say my content, but it's mighty funny. I spoke on this yesterday, and you got these same people act like they don't watch me or they don't watch the low level people, but then they want to use your topics and don't give you no credit. But people that rock with me, I know I spoke on this 5G technology yesterday, and I've been dropped a video 6 months ago. But now niggas want to do a video talking about the eye in the sky. Game over. Nigga, I already said it already. You dig? And this ain't clout chasing, nigga. If you want to, you know, jack niggas content, give credit. Because some people will never give credit where credit is due. You dig? And that's the traits of a swagger jacker. You dig? Of a hypocrite. Because some people just don't want to give nobody credit. Some people just don't like to show love. It breaks their heart. And a lot of those people are narcissists. A lot of those people are small-minded individuals because they don't want to see nobody doing better than them. And that's the main problem in the black community. It ain't just crime, nigga. See, that's what you got to understand. Everybody want to put everything on crime and the youth shooting. No, it's about selfish individuals. The first thing is selfishness in the hood. In America, period, people are fucking selfish. How we gonna come together if you fucking selfish? How we gonna come together if you got an ego? How we gonna come together if you arrogant and you don't want to help nobody or you don't want to see nobody doing better than you? See, that's what I'm trying to show you. This is mental things we dealing with. It ain't physical. People want you to focus on physical behavior. It's mental behavior. It ain't about no gunplay. Maybe if you sat down with Shorty and showed him some love, he ain't gonna want to shoot nobody. But you the same nigga that have a little nigga around you, all you want to do is have him hanging with you, and you want to just buy him something to eat, but you don't want to show that young man how to get no money and be successful and be better than you. See, this is the real reality. We dealing with mental behavior. This ain't physical. The physical only plays out after the mental is already scrambled. You gotta understand what's going on. You dig? They gotta understand. So don't let niggas get on here and start telling you all this hype and then tell you, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. That these niggas are clowns, you feel me? That's all they gonna tell you, a little bit of shit, get you hype until you hit the like button, you feel me? But stop jacking my content, nigga, because don't think I don't see you. You've been jacking a long time, but you don't want to give no credit. And they always, these the ones, the main niggas saying they don't fuck with the dirty section of YouTube, but I could have sworn, nigga, you niggas be hanging in the dirty section of YouTube. These are the same niggas that say they don't watch porno and shit, but they be on Pornhub, you feel me? The same way they be on Pornhub, the same way they be in the dirty section of YouTube, jacking our content, you heard? So I don't have no problem with nobody dealing with my content. Just, you know what I mean? Give credit, nigga. So if you don't give me no credit and you don't share my content or you don't come show love in the chat, nigga, don't be speaking on my topic because, nigga, I hear everything and I see everything. You dealing with a high spiritual being. So I see the cloning shit. You ain't been speaking about nothing about no 5G technology, about no eye in the sky until I said it yesterday. And nigga, you run out of content too. You have nothing to talk about because you've been talking about the same shit over and over and over again, nigga. But you're not talking about Miss Maxwell, and I'm going to be getting into that in a few seconds because that's the trending topic. Watching over these kids. The shit that going behind the scenes, see? Back in the days, it was always killing and stealing. The gangsters was always killing and doing their thing, but guess what? For my brothers that know, the gangsters always looked out for the kids. You know, they bought us ice cream from the ice cream truck. You feel me? They gave us money and said, what you want from the store, shorty? You feel me? It was brothers I know in the hood that did dirt, but they always looked out for the youth. You feel me? When something's about to go down, they say, yo, shorty, go in the house. You dig? They say, yo, y'all go over there and go play football. Y'all go play basketball, son. That's how we was raised. But while that was going on, it was some niggas touching on kids back then. It was some niggas, you feel me, touching on little girls back then, touching on little boys. You see? You always had pedophiles. But pedophiles didn't exist in a lot of our neighborhood because we had people watching and going for that shit. That's why we have to speak on this trafficking shit, because it's still going on to this day. But niggas don't want to talk about that. So I'm going to talk about it right now. Right? For those that don't know, Ghislaine Maxwell, they said her case will be going on until motherfucking June 2022. And they made us a point to say it's going to be going on until the Queen of England's Platinum Jubilee. Because her Jubilee, which is her anniversary, is coming up. One of her anniversaries, you dig? Because she was, you know, the Queen in 1952, she first got on the throne, you know. She acceded the throne at 25 years old in 1952, and the 70-year anniversary is coming up this June. And they purposely said that this Ghislaine Maxwell case will be going on into 2022 June. You feel me? So this shit is going to be a shenanigan. It's going to be dragged out for 6 months. And it's going on until the Jubilee. And for those that don't know, Ghislaine Maxwell, if I'm not mistaken, she's British. She's from England, if I'm not mistaken. But they purposely said this case will be going on until June 2022. So this shit gonna be going on for 6 more months. And they purposely said it's going to be going on until the Queen of England's Platinum Jubilee. So she's been on the throne for 70 years. That's why a lot of money and taxes in America still go back to her. She got to get her money. You dig? But a lot of y'all don't know that. And that's allegedly. I'm going to just say allegedly. But let me read off these charges that this woman is facing for those who don't know, since niggas don't want to talk about it, all right? She's facing conspiracy to entice minors to travel to engage in illegal sexual acts. She's also facing enticement of a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts. You dig? So she also put it like this. She got conspiracy to entice minors to travel. Then she got the conspiracy of bringing the minors, you dig? Which is conspiracy to transport minors with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. Meaning she purposely was planning on bringing these kids to grown-ups. These are some of her charges. She also is being charged with transportation of a minor with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. You dig? They sound the same, but you got to peep the little key words. Because she was doing it at different events in different locations and in different states. in different countries. So that's why you hear all the different charges that sound alike, but they're really in different situations. You dig? For those that don't know, you dig? She's also being charged with sex trafficking conspiracy. She's also being charged with sex trafficking of a minor. You dig? And then after that, she's also facing 2 charges of perjury for lying in a separate civil suit. So you got to understand, sometimes she was just transporting one teen at a time. Sometimes she was transporting multiple teens. Sometimes she was transporting teens throughout the city. Sometimes she was transporting teens to different states. And sometimes they was going out of the country. So that's why you hear a lot of them sound the same, but they're really different charges, you dig? And this goes on every day. And that's why some of these niggas, some of these entertainers, they was around this activity, you know? And that's why I say Africa Bambaataa is the GOAT of sex trafficking. Because you had niggas that was with him, all these grown men was with him, and they act like they don't know what's going on. And guess what else they was doing? They was the ones driving the kids around. Oh, they wasn't kids, they was break dancers. No, they wasn't kids, they was boys that do graffiti. You hear me? They was the boys that hold the records. They wasn't no kids, they was men that hold the records. You did? These are how they was slick trafficking these individuals, going on what? A so-called tour. You see, when you go on tour, you go from state to state, you go from country to country, and you had niggas that was with them, grown men was with them the whole time, while they had kids with them, as well as while they was going to these countries and states, violating kids. So that's why I have to break down the art of sex trafficking and the art of grooming. See, grooming is when you around this activity, you think it's cool. You feel me? A real individual, as soon as they find out what's going on, they're going to separate. But a man or a woman who's been groomed, they're going to keep indulging in the activity like everything is okay. You dig? So let's not play stupid for people that's so fucking smart. This ain't no slander. My people that know what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to show you, you're not going to deceive nobody at this present day and time because you're talking a bunch of bullshit. If you're not talking about this case and you're not breaking down the art of trafficking, nigga, hopefully one day your kids will get trafficked since you don't give a fuck, nigga. Disclaimer, allegedly, part my expression, but I'm being real. I got daughters, you heard? So I don't play with these type of things. And a lot of y'all got family, and a lot of y'all been violated. And guess what? That I don't look. It's not funny. I'm not trying to clown nobody. My pain go out to those individuals. But right now, we got to at least say this. At least no more kids have to be violated if we can help it. At least that much. You feel me? When you go outside, you got to start being a radar and start making sure because I seen weirdos in my life. You feel me? Recently, y'all ain't never seen no. Okay. I bet you what, go outside when the kids go to school, and I bet you when you go outside, you'll start seeing weirdos around the neighborhood. I done seen weirdos posted up outside of bus stops acting like they ain't watching the kids. I done seen motherfuckers sitting in their car around school areas, school zones. That shit happen right now. But see, when you don't pay attention, you don't even know what's going on. This shit happens right now to this day. That's why we have to constantly put that light on this situation. We're not beating a dead horse. This is a trending topic. This is the #1 trending topic of all trending topics. So don't be confused. And this is deeper than the kid. Because guess what? Kids don't die every day, but I bet you every day it's a kid getting touched on. You feel me? Kids don't get shot every day, but I bet you behind the scenes, it's a dirty uncle, it's a dirty family member, a dirty friend that's violating somebody's kids. That goes on every day in the dark. That's why we have to bring light to this shit. You heard? But this woman is the queen of trafficking, right? I told you that. Jeffrey Epstein was the king, and Africa Bambaataa is the GOAT. You feel me? Because he has never been brought up on none of these charges. That's why he's the greatest of all time. You dig? And all he's facing now is a little lawsuit, nigga. So for those who don't want to hear it, nigga, tune out the channel, nigga, because you might be down with the whole program. You dig? Period. So that's why I'm speaking on this. And I told you again, I'm going to say it again. Every last one of these big time niggas, it's a lot of them. It's about, I can name about 10 big YouTubers that don't speak about nothing about this because they know better. You understand? They know better because they don't want to get exposed because some of them got dirt on their jacket and some of them was with the shits. So let's just say Bambaataa was my man. He was doing this shit and I hung with him every day. What does that mean? Nigga, that mean I was with the shits. I was down with it. Because he gave me 50 bands. He gave me 20,000. I turned my head, bought a chain. I'm good. But I'm not gonna say these kids. So I don't want to hear about no nigga talking about nothing if you ain't breaking down this whole trafficking shit. Because people need to understand this shit. It comes in the form of church organizations. It comes in the form of hip hoppers, a fake manager. You got a fake manager want to manage your son. A fake manager want to manage your daughter. He want to take all around the states. Whole time he trafficking her. You feel me? You got to get what's going on. It could be a so-called Save the Youth organization. We saving the youth. And meanwhile, they going around all over with these kids, violating them. And you don't even know because you thought they was trying to save the youth. That's how this shit works. It works in a form of cover-ups. You feel me? Understand what's going on. That's why they knew they had to lock down the country, because if they didn't lock down the country, a lot of these traffickers would be escaping and they would be constantly doing their thing. That's why you see basically all the traffickers, all the pedophiles, they in the house and they laying low. They scared to death. They behind the scenes. They don't even come outside no more. Ever since that Me Too movement, they do not come outside. They stay behind the scenes. They come out, but they come out strategically. You feel me? This is a plan, a setup. So if you're not talking about this, really, you're not talking about nothing for you major platform niggas. You ain't talking about a goddamn thing. But we talk about this in the dirty section of YouTube. This is what we talk about. You heard? And we still talk about all topics. Like I said, I done touched on a lot of different topics. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do a recap for those that just pulled up. 50 in the chat. And guess what? When I talk, a lot of people, they started getting up out of here. You hear? They started skeeting up out of here because I'm trying to tell you, these niggas be telling on themselves all the time. Nigga, that's why I'm going to get the app where I can see who watching me, and I'm going to see all you clown niggas when you be running out the room. You dig? This shit is funny. It's hilarious, man. You niggas are funny. Pardon my expression. Back to the topic. You know, I'm going to do a recap. Travis Scott, he hired Donald Trump's lawyer. You know what I'm saying? The former president, Travis Scott, he hired his 3 of his ex-lawyers. You did? And he's trying to fight these charges. I guess it ain't no charges. He's trying to fight these allegations. I don't know. The shit seemed like a hoax. I don't know because no major news is covering the shit. But Travis Scott, he hired 3 of Trump's ex-lawyers in this Astroworld lawsuit. And we also heard about how Hulu, so-called, is not showing it's not showing a documentary because they got a lot of backlash. Also, I meant to speak on, it's been a petition signed against Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. They got 14,000 people to sign this petition so far because people say they tired of hearing their fucking stories and they don't want them to talk no more. You feel me? They say they tired of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett bullshit ass stories, and they signing a petition to shut them the hell up and get them off social media. You know what I'm saying? To me, this shit is funny. You did, because you'll notice they both been in the news a lot with their bullshit ass stories and their propaganda, because Will Smith is selling his book. You know, he's recently did a Serena movie, but they got 14,000 people to sign this petition so far to get Will Smith and Jada Pinkett off of social media because people say they tired of their shit. And that's also news. You understand? People are tired of that shit, man. They tired of hearing dumb shit every day about how Jada want to get a Brazilian butt lift and she look like a little boy. You feel me? They just some funny individuals. We done seen Will Smith kissing his son on the mouth. We done seen Will Smith in six Degrees of Separation. I didn't watch the movie, but I know that's the movie where he was playing you know what, you dig? He was acting real sweet in that movie. Yeah, they are all sexual demons. Those two are sexual deviant individuals, and they promote sexual deviance to break up families. You dig? That's what they do. That's what all that shit is about, man. But I'm not married, but for those that's married, you know that's supposed to be the most sacred thing. But you'll see Will Smith and his wife, they make a mockery of marriage. You dig? They promote that when you marry, you're supposed to do the most foul shit. You're supposed to do the most sexual deviant shit once you're married. You feel me? That's what I'm showing you, savage behavior. And then you'll see it play out to their kids because their kids are looking like they're going to be weirdos too, which shows they are not good parents, right? Allegedly. I also told you about Antonio Brown, how he's been suspended for 3 games for having a bogus COVID card. And he had a bogus Johnson & Johnson card, and that nigga suspended for 3 games because he's Antonio Doodoo Brown. You dig? And Antonio Doodoo Brown is always doing something to get himself in trouble. He can't have that man that play a whole season of football, I think in about 3 years straight. Always in some shit. He's always in some shit because his name is Antonio Doodoo Brown. Just like Doodle Bobby Brown, just like lunatic Chris Brown. They always in some shit because their last name is Brown. You understand what's going on? This nigga has been caught with a fake COVID card, and he's a millionaire. So now he's suspended. And this nigga did all that because he was scared to get vaccinated. You did? He was scared of the boogeyman. Boom. Moving right along for the recap, I told y'all about the man that killed Clarence Avant's wife, Jacqueline, was caught on surveillance in a backyard and he shot himself in the foot. And that nigga is in jail now. You hear me? And I'm trying to show you the repetition of dumb motherfuckers in America right now. That's why I told you it's a purge going on. Because this lady got a house ramshacked. He kicked down a door, waving the 4-4, the AR, and he killed this woman. And we don't know when it was over. It's none of our business, but he's so stupid, he got found in a backyard and he shot himself in the foot. So that just shows you where we at right now, man. Be on point, pay attention, keep your doors locked. I told you, stop showing off what the fuck you got in your house. Stop showing off everything you're doing. Stop letting people know when you're out of town, when you're home, when you're not. Stop flashing your car. Stop doing too much because you might be getting your door kicked in next. Or you might have some goons in your backyard ready to kick in your door. You heard? Because guess what? I told you it's no more crime. So therefore, they're going to start dealing with people. You know, when they can't start stealing merchandise, they're going to start violating people. Because people got the merchandise on them. You got merchandise in your home. You got valuables in your home. They might want to jack you up and take you to the ATM real quick just for a petty $500. Somebody want to jack you and take you to the ATM real quick for $500. Some bullshit. $300. You get jacked up. See? That's why I'm telling you, don't be broadcasting what the fuck you got going on. That's for my people that I got love for. You heard? The rest you want to keep flashing, you're going to get what come with that. I also told you about LeBron James, and he will be back tonight playing basketball because they said that man had that COVID, and LeBron did his own test, and he's seen that he didn't have COVID, and he said the NBA has some fishy shit going on. And then right after he said that, they cleared him to play after he passed several tests. You feel me? He was negative on 3 recent tests before they said you're allowed to play now. And I told you earlier how if you get sick at your job, or so-called, if you get diagnosed with the C19, you got to stay home for 2 weeks. You can't come back to work for 2 weeks. Some places might be other than that, but I know instances I know on my own where people have caught it and they couldn't come back to work for 2 weeks. Even though you get a pay, you get paid for it depending on what job you work at. But some jobs you don't get paid them 2 weeks. So LeBron James, he was sat down for less than a week, and he'll be back playing tonight. I also told y'all about the police officer that fatally shot a 61-year-old man in a wheelchair. He shot him 9 times, like 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. You feel me? He shot that man 9 times, and this man was in a wheelchair, and he said he was trying to steal a toolbox out of Walmart. And when the police officer went to this man and asked him for the receipt, that man said, "Here's my receipt." And he pulled out a knife and he swung that blade. And then the police got scared and shot him 9 times. That's what I got from the report. And the victim's name was Richard Lee Richards. You dig? And that name sounds kind of suspect, but Richard Lee Richards is his name. That's what they say. You dig? And they say he brandished the knife on a police officer and he was in a wheelchair and the police gunned him down. So this is what we got going on, all right? And he was 61 years old. So I don't know what's up with these police, man. I can't even speak on that shit, man. These niggas is crazy. What else? Make sure I ain't missed nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I ain't missed nothing else. And that's looking like it for right now. And I also spoke on the Ghislaine Maxwell case, right? I told y'all she is the queen of trafficking, and what else? Her case will be going on until the Queen of England's Platinum Jubilee, which is going to be in June 2022. That's how the case is going to be going on. So I call her the Queen of Trafficking, and her case will be going on until the Queen of England's Platinum Jubilee. So this is going to be going on for 6 months. All right? So pay attention to this shit. Because I'm pretty sure before this case is over with, a lot more people gonna be getting dragged. I'm pretty sure she done told. We already heard about the celebrity's name, and there's a lot of celebrities' name they're not saying. And we're gonna see how this unfolds and how many more celebrities get jacked up in this situation. You smell me? Boom. Salute to the chat. Moonlight. How you doing, sis? Good morning. Welcome to the platform. Everybody that's new to the platform, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell. Please share this video on your on whatever platform you choose. Share it, or each one teach one. If you know somebody that you care about in your life and you want to put them on to a little bit of jewels, you put them onto the channel, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? Get that money. What's going on, bro? Always in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Playful the Queen, the net detective that's going to be on your ass if you violate. Go subscribe to Miss Playful. You understand? And she'll give you a lot of good laughs. You know what I'm saying? You having a bad day, you go listen to Miss Playful, she'll give you some laughs, you heard? Blackbird. Let's go. Welcome to the channel. You've been rocking with us all week. I seen you on Grown Man Talk, if I'm not mistaken. Grown Man Talk is a channel with me and my boy P. We get into a lot of things like this, right? But we turn up on a lot of things, you understand? But we're gonna give you a perspective that nobody's giving you. And we show unity. And if you want to come on the platform and speak your opinion, you're welcome to come. Good morning, Miss Bandy. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's how we do. What's up, my boy? What's up, my boy Nick? What's going on, bro? You always supporting the brother too. Like I said, when you come in the chat, we family. L Blue. That's right. Everybody have a prosperous week, and I want everybody to have a good weekend, and I want everybody to stay out of trouble and don't be going to Walmart trying to steal shit. Don't go to no store trying to steal shit, because you might get gunned down like this man in the wheelchair. You understand? I know a lot of people got to pay them bills. You know what I'm saying? That rent due. That's really what time it is. You know what I'm saying? That rent due. Juicy Peach. What's going on? Rashana White. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. We got the queens in the building today. And like I said, nowadays, the woman got more heart than these dudes. A lot of these dudes are cowards. These dudes, when they come in the chat, they be having fake pages. They want to start fake beef. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas be hiding out. But when we have Grown Man Talk, they don't want to come up to the platform and talk. They don't want to say nothing. You heard? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I told you, nobody looking out for the women and the kids, man. They want to talk about everything else, man. That other shit is old now. It's time. It's a new day. Once again, Julio Medina. What's going on, my brother? Gotti Savage. What's going on, bro? I ain't see you early because I was getting into my spit. You know what I'm saying? But what up, Gotti Savage? One of my biggest supporters, always showing me love. What's going on, bro? Mr. X, the homie. Rise and shine, homie. What's good, blood? You heard? You know how we do. You understand, Mr. X? Always on the pull-up. Wealthy Vision. What's going on? My boy Diz. What's the business? What's good, bro? Always holding me down from day one. You know what I'm saying? Diz, that's one of my first subscribers, one of my first supporters. Always holding down your bro. You know what I'm saying? We the 4NOFAME Mafia family. That's what it is. Because you know why? We behind the scenes, right? We the people that know what's going on. We the people that's dealing with, you know what I'm saying? We got that good energy, and we don't want no fame. You heard? We don't want no fame like that. And the reason why I know a lot of y'all don't really want no fame, because when we say pull up to the platform, y'all don't be quick to try to talk, be all in the camera. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all just show y'all support, man. And that's cool too. Everybody don't gotta be all about fame and clout. And just because we speak the truth, it don't mean we clout chasing. You dig? But when they come and steal my style, I'ma call them a swagger jacker. That's what I call them. You heard? I'm a trendsetter. That's how we do, man. Always be original and true to yourself, man. Don't worry about what nobody say. That's right. Butterfly Nest, good morning, Queen, good morning. Like I said, man, I guess that's it for right now, y'all, right? I want y'all to have a good day. Definitely keep the vibes going. I'm going to be doing some things. Definitely tune in to Grown Man Talk tonight with me and P. If you have nothing going on tonight, you want to hear something else, you know what I'm saying? You want to, you want to sit and chill, or you want to pull up, whatever. It's all good. That's what you do. And other than that, you have a good weekend and stay out of trouble. Don't let nobody work your nerves, you know what I'm saying? Don't be out here driving crazy. Don't drive drunk, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your energy right and keep the people that mean you no good away. All right. And don't listen or put up with nobody's BS. All right. Because people love to sell you BS. And on that note, enjoy your weekend. You're right. It's the 4NOFAME Prime Time episode 52. And Ghost.